Today we're going to take a ride through Hamilton Branch State Park. It is a South Carolina state park on Lake Strom-Thurmond. All right, we're going to start our tour at sites 1 through 18, Deer Trail Circle, and that is Loop G. Okay, site 1 and 2 are down this little driveway. There's a couple of big campers down a little bitty driveway, and both are occupied. Site 3 is occupied down a driveway, but at least it's a straight campsite when you get there. Okay, 4 and 5 are down a short driveway and then turn into the sites. They're both open enough that you could get in here, I think, with just about anything. The site's not very big in site 4. Easy access to the water, and a whole lot of shade. Lots of woods. Site 6 and 7 down another little driveway. Site 6 is the campground host, and there was a sign at the entrance they are looking for a campground host. And by the time this video comes out, it's probably going to be too late if you're interested. Site 6, nice big open site, but lots of trees. The water is right here. Okay, and we have water and power, but this campground host site does not have sewer. And backing in here with something large might be a little difficult with these trees, but not too bad. Site 7 has a little bit more of a turn to get in. Nice big site, nice and level. And again, the water is right there. Site 8 is a back in, nice driveway in. I'm not real sure how that site works without disturbing somebody when their camper's off to the side, but they are on the water. It looked reasonably level. And this is sites 9 and 10 that are back in down this driveway. It is not a straight driveway. And then it's a pretty good turn to get swung around into 10, but 9 is a fairly straight in. Nice big site on the water. And 11 and 12. If you don't have a neighbor, it might be easier to pull in and then back into your site. This one actually has enough room to do that. Nice site on the water. This is site 12. It's a little lumpy, but reasonably flat, nice access to the water, a nice view of the water, and the bathhouse is across the street. All right, in site 13 is a back end, but it looks like people have used it as a pull through some. I don't know what size site they recommend, what size camper they recommend for this site. But I think if you can get it in here, any size will fit. It's just making the turn to get in. And let's see, access to the water. And you kind of climb down the bank to get in. But if you treat this site as a pull-through, I think you could probably put anything in here you wanted to. All right, sites 14 and 15. Site 14. Not a lot of room in the site, but it is right on the water. And site 15 is occupied. And site 16 and 17. 16 is occupied. 17 this tree might make it a little difficult to get awnings or anything else out. Nice easy access to the lake and what looks like a quiet little cove. All right, 18, nice size site. Looks reasonably level and pretty easy access. All right, sites 19 through 26. It's Loop I, and it's on Sparrow Lane. All right, sites 19 and 20. Site 19, nice level sites. Both are nice and level. The water is right here, not too far away. Down a little bit, but not bad. Site 21 has a very short driveway. The site itself looks flat. Nice outdoor area. And the water is right there. Easy access. 22, 23, and 24. All right, 22 is probably hard to get into with anything of any size with trees in the way. But it's a nice flat site. Easy access to the water. 23 is a very well occupied site. '24 easy back end site. The water very close, nice outdoor area. And site 25 looks level and easy access to the water. Backing in isn't too bad. 26, again, easy access to the water, fairly level until you're the very back of the site heads uphill some. I thought that might be a pull through, but it appears to be a pull in. All right, this is Loop H, which is sites 27 through 60. It is on Hybrid Point. Now let's go see what we've got. And sites 27 through 34 on Carp Street. And sites 27 and 28. Nice straight drive. Yeah, but once you're here, there's no room to get turned around. So it's a long, easy back in. Both sites are occupied. The water is very convenient. All right, sites 29 on the left and 30 is on the right. So this is site 29, another rather lumpy site, a little bit of slope down towards the water. The water is very convenient. Site 30 is a little bit farther away from the water. Nice and shaded, nice flat site. All right, sites 31 and 32. Both convenient to the water, a good bit of shade. Good morning. All right, this would be site 33 and 34. 34 looks like they have disappeared for a little while, but they'll be back. And 33 is a nice big site, right on the water. Nice view of the lake. All right, sites 35 and 36. Looks like some people have used 35 as a pull through, even though it's a tight turn in the back. Maybe that's just kind of overflow parking. but a reasonably level site. A nice view of the water. Nice view of this cove anyway. And site 36. It's occupied, also level and easy access to the water. And 37 and 38. Site 37 is a nice big site, nice and open, not a whole lot of shade, reasonably flat, really good access to the water. 38 looks like it's got a beautiful view out on the big water of the lake. Again, nice and flat, easy in and out, as long as you got room to get turned around back here in this hole. Otherwise, it's a fairly straight back in down the driveway. It's just a long driveway. All right, site 39 is a pull through, easy in, easy out. A little bit downhill all the way in. Really nice view of the lake through the trees. But that's the easiest site in and out that I have seen today. All right, sites 40 and 41. Site 40 is a nice size site. Really nice open view to the lake. .41 is also a nice level site. Site 42, a fairly easy site to get into. Decent size, fairly level, good access to the water. .43. Pretty easy access in, a decent sized site, a little bit of slope down towards the water, but not much at all. Nice easy access down to the lake. Decent outdoor area. Plenty of poison ivy in the woods. .44 is an easy access. Slope downhill towards the water again. Easy access to the water and a decent outdoor area. Somebody's had a good time with a picnic table. All right, 45 is occupied. Again, looks like easy access and a decent, a large outdoor area and easy access to the water. 46. Water's a little farther away and not as nice of a view of the lake, but if you go down to the lake, it's not bad. It'll be a nice view. A nice outdoor area. And looks like kind of a nice group campfire spot. Hey, site 47 and 48 are both occupied. Look like decent sized sites. Nice access to the water and not hard to get into. Site 49 is a nice big site, easy in and out. A little bit uphill all the way in, but not bad. Site 50 is another nice size site. Site 60 is a pull through. Nice view of the, oh, no, that would be site 51. And site 52. And this is site 53. A nice big site. Room to turn the camper in sideways. Nice view of the lake. Site 54. '55 and '56 are down this little driveway. And a lot of these, if both sites are empty, getting into either one of them would be easy. Just by pulling into the wrong one and then backing across into yours. But if the other one is occupied and full, it may be hard to do. This is site 55. The water is accessible, but not as accessible as some of the other campsites. And 56 slopes down towards the water. All right, site 57 and 58. All right, 57 is a little bit lumpy site. Previous campers kind of left a mess. Access to the water is not bad, but there have been a lot of nicer access sites. Now 58 is a very good example of the problem with the left-hand side of the campsites in pairs. This guy has had to pull in forward in order to have a view of the lake on his passenger side, which is the stair side of the camper. And some of these sites lend themselves to doing that, some do not. And sites 59 and 60. Site 59 is reasonably level. Access to the water is down this little trail. The water looks a little muddy right there, but hey, it's lake water. And site 60. Slope falls off towards the water pretty good as soon as you get off the driveway. But the lake is accessible from here. And looky there, there goes a deer. Cool. That's one of the really neat things about state parks. When you're down here by the lake and getting to see things like deer just running around. All right, sites 71 and 72. And 71. This is uphill into the site a little bit, not bad. The water is on the wrong side of the site. The domestic water. The lake water is on the correct side of the site. We're all the way at the back of this little cove. .72, it's a back end they're treating as a pull through, which is fairly common in this campground. And fairly important since the view is out at the water. All right, site 73 and 74. Both occupied. And 75 and 76. And I seem to have found the kids' loop. Site 77 is right off the end. It's downhill in, but the site's level. Nice outdoor area. What appears to be a really nice view of a lot of open water. .78, easy back in. A little bit downhill all the way in, but not bad. Nice view off the back of the camper out to open water, and easy access down this little hill to the water. All right, 79 and 80 are both occupied, but easy access to the water. And site 80, that was a back end, has over time managed to create a pull through. All right, site 81 is a back end. Reasonably flat once you're in the site. There's a trail down to the water, and we are all the way up at the back of this cove, back in, almost in the swamp. But it's a private site. You have the stuff, the campsites on the other side of the lake, but nothing else around you on this side of the lake. All right, and a campground host site, which is 82, and we have 83. Theoretically, a back in getting in would be much easier to pull in, but then you got to get back out. But access to the water is very convenient. It's a nice site once you're in here. All right, sites 84 and 85. Site 84, it's uphill into the site. Pretty easy access to the water. And this is site 85. Again, pretty easy access to the water. And there's the bathhouse. All right, 86 and 87, both vacant. Water's a little farther away from these two sites, but it's fairly level walk to the water, so not bad. This is 86. I have a nice mosquito bed right next to it. And this is site 87. The occupied site next to it, 88, and this is probably as good a view as we will get of 88. But access to water from this site is right down that trail to the water, not bad. '88 has a long driveway in. 89, nice flat site, easy access to the water. That is site 90 and site 91, both with good view of open water. And again, site 91, somebody chose to pull in instead of back in. Site 92 is a pull through. Nice big site. Nice view of the water, and looks to be fairly easy to pull through and get out. Sites 93 and 94. 93 was empty, 94 is occupied. Again, pull through with no place to pull through. All right, sites 95 and 96. '95 has a little bit of cross slope down towards the water, but not bad. Nice size site. Easy access to the water. A decent outdoor area. '96 is occupied. And again, pull in and back out. 97 is a pull through back into spot. Nice view of the water. Fairly secluded from everybody else. 98 and 99. 98. Not too bad to get into. Pretty flat when you're here. Somebody's backed into the water a couple of times. Easy access to the lake, and a nice view of the lake. Site 99. It's easy to back into. Easy access to the water. Nice outdoor area. Well, the outdoor area is very much on the wrong side, so you've got to figure out how to pull in, and what do you do with your vehicle? Unless you're in a motorhome, and then you got it made. That's site 100 and 101, both up above the water. Nice looking sites, but a nice view of the lake, but it's up above the lake a little bit. At 102 and 103. 102's got a nice outdoor area up above the lake a little bit. 103. Easy access to the lake. Really nice view of the lake. Let's see. Yeah, really nice view of the lake. It looks like people have used straight ahead as a way to unhitch trucks or cars to make it sort of to make it a pull-in campsite. There's also room over here between the trees. And it looks like people have come out this way to make it a pull through. And 104 and 105. .104 is a little lumpy, a little bit of cross slope down towards the lake. Easy access to the lake. And a nice view of the lake. 105 has become not a pull through, but a pull in, and then you can unhitch and drive out. Easy access down to the lake. Nice outdoor area. The water spigot's been hit a few times. All right, site 106 is just a back in. Nice view of the lake. All right, and we have several down this path. That is 107. An easy back in, easy access to the lake. And this is 108. And it's a long back in out to a campsite kind of up on a hill looking down over the water. But it looks pretty easy to get in. And I won't go down the driveway since it's their private drive to their campsite. And that is site 109. And site 110. Yeah, nice outdoor area, easy access to the lake. But everything campsite set up says you're going to pull in. All right, site 111. And site 112, both with a good view of the lake through the woods. All right, sites 113 and 114. All right, 113. Kind of a tight site to get into. Water access is down the hill. (114). Another pretty small site. Not really very good access to bring a vehicle and pull in. Not great access to back in. It's downhill all the way into the site. Site's a little muddy. And a lot of trees in the corners of the sites. Okay, site 115. So back in. Water's on the wrong side. I don't see power. It's a long way down to the lake through the woods. No power. Perhaps that's a tent site. All right, 116 and 117. And 116 is a nice level site. Looks like a pretty good sized site. 117. Not a very big site, very muddy looking site when it gets wet. Fairly decent access to the water. All right, 118 and 19 are both occupied. They look like they have nice access to the water. (120) the long back in, paved all the way in. It is downhill all the way in. Decent access to the lake and a wide open view of the lake. The outdoor area is okay. Looks like it gets a little muddy when it rains. The water is on the wrong side of the camper. 121 and 122. Site 121, back in. Decent gravel to put your trailer on, but your outdoor area looks very muddy. Access to the water. Somebody's cut some nice steps down to the water. A really nice view of the lake. And site 122 is occupied. All right, 123. Wow, what a driveway. This is downhill. Way downhill. And the hike down the water looks even more downhill than the drive into the campsite. I do not see power on this site. Ooh, that was a rough driveway. I wouldn't want to have to pull anything heavy out of it. And 124 and 125 are about the same. .124 is occupied. 125. Despite the big downhill, there's not very good access to the water. And all this site has is water. .126 and 127. Not quite as bad downhill to get into the site, but the water's still a long way away and downhill. Even with the trail down to the water, it doesn't get all the way to the water. Sites 128 and 129. .128 is occupied. .129 out here basically on the point, and we do have access to the lake again. Okay, that is 132 and 133. Both a little far away from the water. And 134 and 135. I don't think 135 is occupied, but since there's a trailer in there, I'm not going in. All right, 142. Nice back in. Parking to the edge. We have power and water. Easy access to the lake. .143 and 144 are both occupied. .145 and 146 both have, well, I can't tell if they're both occupied or not, but looks like they've got the driveway pretty well blocked. 147 and 148. And 147. Beautiful view of the lake. I don't see any power on that site. .148, also water only. A decent view of the lake. Not much of an opportunity to make it a pull-in site. All right, sites 149 and 150. .149 is reasonably level. Looks very muddy in the outdoor area. Easy access down to the water. .150, where you would put your camper if you pull in, is got a little bit of cross slope down to the water. The outdoor area is kind of muddy. Access to the water is down a pretty steep hill. .51. I'm gonna back in. Access to the water is down the hill. Not great, but it is accessible. This tree stump might create a problem, but I don't think so. Looks like the way out is straight ahead, so it's pretty much a straight back in. 152. Slopes downhill in and a cross slope down towards the passenger side. We have really good access to the water here. Looks like the hose bib's been run over a few times. And 153. Backs right up to this little cove. Easy in. Nice access to the water. The water connection is on the wrong side of a camper. 54 is a back in, downhill in. The site itself is pretty level. Access to the water is down a hill, but not too bad. Decent outdoor area. All right, sites 55 and 56 are both occupied down that long driveway to the lake. 157, long driveway in. Decent sized site once you're in. Easy access to the water. It's just a long back in. '58 and '59. '58, kind of a muddy site once you're here, but easy access to the water. A fairly level, fairly easy access site. 159. A little bit muddy, but easy access to the water. And it looks like you can pull through to the next campsite or out that way to get your tow vehicle out if you're making it a pull-in site. All right, and 160 is empty. 161 is occupied. We won't go down that drive. Nice view of the lake. They both look level. 161 looks like you can pull through the woods to get out. And 162 and 163. '62 has good access to the water. Still a muddy site, pretty easy in. It's a level site once you're in it. 163. Got a little bit of cross slope down towards the water in the area you would want to park your camper, provided you can pull in. We're up above the water a little bit, but it's got an easy access down to the water. All right, 164 and 165. '64 looks reasonably level. Nice outdoor area, a little muddy. Pretty good access down to the lake. Water's on the wrong side of a trailer. 165. No good way to pull in and unhitch. Good access to the water, decent outdoor area. And looks pretty secluded. Site 166, easy in, reasonably level, not a lot of outdoor space, not really any view of the lake. .167 and 168. And 167, flat site, nice view of the lake, nice access to the lake. Site 168, an easy pull in, plenty of room to move your tow vehicle out of the way, easy access to the water. The driveway into this one's not in great shape. And 169 and 170. .169, fairly level site. A tree kind of in the middle of it. Whole lot of mud if it rains, but easy access down to the water. .170, easy access to the water, reasonably level site, plenty of mud, and does have the ability to be a pull-through site, or at least pull in and then get your tow vehicle out. All right, site 171, it's easy access into it, pretty level, a little muddy, good access to the water, nice view of the lake. And 172 for a back end is pretty good. Pull in, there's not really a way to get your tow vehicle out, but good access to the water and a decent view of the lake. .173, I don't know about 173. Yeah, everything's all kind of messed up with this one. It would be a pull in, no access to the water, a great view of your neighbor's campsite. And the turnaround down here at the bottom is kind of tight for anybody. All right, site 74 and 75. .74, it's a reasonably level site, nice and shaded. Looks like it'd be a little muddy and pretty good access to the water. .75, is a pull-in. It looks like it has been almost converted to a pull-through. Muddy outdoor area, but really good access to the lake. And 76, a nice flat, easy access site. 77 is a pull-through, a true pull-through, both with good views of the lake. That is 78. 79 is occupied, and they have backed in, so their outdoor area is on the wrong side of the camper. 78 is reasonably level, kind of muddy, decent access to the lake. And 79 does not look like it has a way to pull in and unhitch. $180 and 181. This would be 180. Reasonably level. Looks like it's a little bit muddy. Good access to the water. $181 is again set up as a pull-in. In this case, they just left their tow vehicle in. But reasonably level, nice view of the lake, nice access to the lake. All right, 82 and 83 are both occupied. They don't look like they're right up on the water, but decent access to the lake. All right, 84 and 85. And 84 is the host. Site 85. Decent access to the water. It's a pretty good ways away, but decent access. You could pull in and park your tow vehicle in the woods, but no way to get it back out. '86 and 87 are both occupied. They look like they're down pretty close to the water. That site's 88 and 89. 88 is occupied. Nice big open site, easy access to the water. 89, it's a fairly small site, easy access to the water. And it looks like there's room that you might be able to put a tow vehicle in the woods and make it a pull-in site. $190 and 191. $190 has a nice outdoor area with plenty of sand, easy access to the water. $192, or I'm sorry, $191. Another sandy site. Not much shade, but a nice view of the lake. Alright, site 192 is occupied. 193 is not occupied. Nice and level, fairly decent access to the water. 194 is a pull through. Easy in, easy out. Decent access to the water. 195 would be a pull in if you want to be turned the right direction. A nice outdoor area, easy access to the water, and not too hard to pull in and unhitch. .196, nice view of the lake, nice and level site. 197 is easy in, again needs to be a pull in. Sandy site, easy access to the water, not much shade. That is 198. It's a back end with a turn in the middle of the back end. All right, 199 and 200. .199 is an easy access to back in. Mostly sand site, but it's kind of set up backwards with the power and water, but easy access to the water. And that is the campground host in site 200. All right, and that completes our tour of Hamilton Branch State Park. I hope you find the video useful, and hope you have a wonderful weekend out camping. Thanks for watching.